Hello and welcome back to gloomy Mason, Ohio for standard format of Magic the Gathering at GameSwap. I butchered these, okay?
Gloomy, huh?
Huh?
Gloomy, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty gloomy out, isn't it?
I tend to like the rain.
Are you a gloomy person?
No, I just
Alright.
like the rain.
Alright, that's fair. So we got Jake Valentine here on the left on Temur Energy, and Michael, how do you pronounce it?
Riccella.
Riccella with the blue-red Enigma Drake deck. Not really a deck, it's just more of a thing he's playing.
Yeah, I saw him playing it earlier. He has Enigma Drake. He has Court Homunculus.
Court Homunculus. Oh yeah, the mana dork that. It's a mana dork for spells, right?
Yeah, can tap to add one your mana pool, and it also flips as well.
And basically, what it does, it makes your spells cost one less. Correct?
No, you can add the mana to your mana pool and use that to cast the spell.
I mean, like
the
flip
side.
Yeah. And it's prowess, right?
Yes.
I don't know how I randomly know that.
I don't know how you do either. I haven't seen this in standard in a while.
I know. Basically, during Eldritch Moon, or it was Kaladesh release, the Blu-ray control, like some Blu-ray control lists were playing like a one-of it.
Mm-hmm.
I just assumed that's for to cheat on mana a little.
Mm-hmm.
I tried it, didn't like it.
Yeah, I attempted to build a deck around it, I'll be honest with you, a long time ago. With that and the 4-drop Niblis of Frost.
Oh, that... Oh!
And Galvanic Bombardment when those first were spoiled.
Oh!
It was not very good.
You're making my heart sink.
I'll be honest with you, it was not very good.
Alright, I see. So, classic Attune here with Jake. Basically, most ideal start from the Team Energy deck, would you say?
Yeah, especially with a Botanical. Like, Botanical into Attune.
So do you always get Mountain most of the time?
The first one, generally, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Let's say that unless your hand is, Forest, Mountain, Attune, and you need to grab the blue source, you will grab, that. And Jake going to play Servant on turn 2.
Yep, seems pretty good.
And it seems that he has
a Ronos, Harness Lightning.
Looks like he has multiple removal spells, actually. A Braid, Harness Lightning, Ronos.
Ronos might end the game fast here.
I think he's just gonna play turn 3 Chandra that he just drew.
I didn't see you drew that.
And unless Michael's playing Censor, it's gonna resolve and it's gonna take over this game pretty quickly.
Come on, play the Censor. Or is that a negate? Or
it looks like a Nimble Obstructionist.
Whew. No, that's... I don't know. I know that's not the best thing to say, but I really don't know.
Or it was a Floodwaters. I cannot tell. No, it's Windsor Rebuke. All right, and he's going to bounce a Chandra, and they're both going to mill.
All right, I like that.
I do too.
Well,
now unless Michael's playing Disallow, though.
Disallow. I like that card.
He's gonna have a harder time, but I think if he plays this Enigma Drake, Jake's just gonna play his Chandra again, and he's gonna minus on it.
Or he could kill the Servant, and hopefully Jake does not hit his 4th land. I don't know how bad of line that is.
I don't know. Jake is more apt to play around, say, Censor or a Counterspell when Michael's on 3 mana.
All right.
So if Michael just held up, Jake might not have recast the Chandra, but that's currently not the case. He's gonna play it and minus it.
Yeah. So.
And I
think
think
Suns is.
It's generally good. It's not good right now. He's
gonna
wait.
Yeah, it seems pretty medium in the matchup overall.
Yeah. And he had that Abrade last turn. I liked him abrading that Servant, and as we can plainly see, Jake did miss his land drop.
Yep. So, it may... Yeah, no, like, I feel like if I was Michael, I would... I mean, I do also like to play in the threat right there, and forcing, like, him to down-tick Chandra to make the clock of her ultimate slower.
See, but now he still has to deal with the Chandra. He doesn't have any direct damage other than... He has... I believe he has, a Ramanat Bruins in his hand.
All right.
But now he has to deal with a Glory Bringer
and a
Chandra.
Which I don't know how hard that is. And double Swan Suns probably isn't how.
I'm not sure.
That's not what I want to hear. You're supposed to be the sure one here.
I'm not sure how he gets to that right now, considering he has 2 red sources and just
River Serpent? Is that what it is?
Cryptic Serpent. So it's a 6/5 for 7.
All right.
5 colorless and 2 blue, and it costs 1 less for each instant or sorcery in your graveyard.
Yep.
And he's going to harness lightning, that cryptic.
Yep.
And
yep.
He's going to go down to 4 energy here.
Yep. And I like Michael here just correctly asking Jake, basically telling Jake how Harness Lightning works, how it has to resolve the amount to be declared.
Mm-hmm. And now if I'm Jake here.
Yep.
And I'm trying to, if I want to conserve my energy, considering I have more energy-based cards in my hand, I also like him...
Magma Spraying?
No, not necessarily that. He could Magma Spray. I like him Harness Lightning right there, but I only like him doing that for 1, and then exerting the Glorybringer.
All right.
That way it's as if he gets more value out of his creatures.
Okay.
And he's going to maintain his energy. Right now, though, he has he's going to play Ronus the next turn regardless.
Yeah.
And Michael's still under an immense amount of pressure without much to do here.
I don't see how Michael gets out of this situation.
Yeah, I don't foresee a way that his deck does deal with Ronus unless he's playing Kefnit's Last Word. And of course, after he plays that, he's not going to get an untap step, and the Ronus is not going to be activated. So
yeah, I think the only card that really gets him out of the situation is like an Hour Devastation.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that he would be playing that in his more aggressive blue-red base spells deck.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to think of a card in general that would.
Yeah.
But I would see that card being very bad in this deck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, something he could board into if he was to go on to, like, a control plan.
All right. Yeah, I can totally see that.
Okay, and he's going to Sweltering Suns and shock that.
All right.
So there is a game plan here.
All right, and so hopefully Jake doesn't reveal anything he can actually play off Chandra to make Ronos live.
No, and there was something to make Ronos live.
Yep.
So he's just going to play this Cub, pump it twice, and then swing 5.
Yep. You could also just cast a Harness Light and target one of his dudes and pay 0.
Yeah,
I mean, it's irrelevant, but a way to get energy.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jake takes game number 1.
Yeah, basically, it felt like early game Jake was just curving out, doing his teamer energy thing. And even though he was missing land drops, he was still fine.
Yeah. Now, one thing I like out of Michael's deck, if he is playing it, is he could be playing Thing in the Ice. That card is very good against Jake.
Oh.
Jake tends to build up a board presence with not a lot of mana. So say he has 3 or 4 lands out, and he's,
3 or 4 creatures.
He'll curve out a creature each turn. And if Michael plays a Thing in the Ice and proceeds to flip it, Jake's then only going to be able to play 1 threat at a time.
Oh, yeah, and then, like, hopefully Michael can be able to answer every single one of them as they come down.
Or he'll just start beating down with a 7/8. The only thing that's going to really help Jake at that point is a Whirl of Virtuoso, which he's playing board wipes. Obviously, he's playing Sweltering Suns in his main deck.
Yeah, maybe Hour comes in here if he has an aside.
Yeah, but I do, like I said, I do like Thing in the Ice in this matchup if he is playing that.
I've been a fan of Thing in the Ice for a while. Played in Modern for a while.
Oh, I've played against the Jeskai Thing in the Ice. Visions of Beyond deck, the one with Anamorphose. It's Storm. It's basically Thing in the Ice Storm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, basically when it was like the... Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And didn't he also play the Suicide Blue deck at an Open one time?
Yeah, I did play that Suicide Blue deck before they banned Gitaxian Probe. Tier.
Was that a good life decision or a bad life decision?
It was a bad life decision.
How fun was the deck, though?
I mean, it was really fun. It could kill you consistently on turn 3. So,
yeah.
Very consistently.
I had all the pieces for it, too.
Yeah.
So
Jake, in this matchup, I'm assuming he's going to bring in his negates.
All right.
To counter any Sweltering Sun / I'm assuming he's not going to bring in all 4, but he's going to bring in some number of negates to counter those board wipes.
I know some Team Energy players are like, they live by the word of just bringing all 4 negates. Like, they stick to that word and live it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it really depends on the matchup. It should depend on the matchup. I mean,
Yeah.
it depends on how worried you are again about Hour of Devastation.
Yeah. Oh, and I was more thinking against blue base control decks, not like the. This is like blue-red tempo base deck.
And he's gonna, but Jake is also gonna take out his magma sprays.
All right.
Which obviously are not gonna do anything. He's gonna take out some number of abrades. Those don't kill Enigma Drake.
So you think all 4 harness slicers?
4 harness lightnings are good.
They're staying in.
They still kill the Enigma Drakes. They kill the Cryptic Serpents.
And anything that Michael may be bored in for the
absolutely.
matchup.
And I also like him bringing in Confiscation Coup.
Okay, yeah, I remember that one.
In case Michael is on the Thing in the Ice Plane, that it gives him an answer to either take that, take an Enigma Drake, take a Cryptic Serpent. Obviously, he doesn't really want to take a Cryptic Serpent. It costs 7 energy, but those are the options.
Yeah, especially like taking the Thing in the Ice is value because there's only 2 energy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both sides.
Yeah.
If the rolls didn't change, that would be 0 energy. Fun fact.
Yeah. I do remember that rules change.
Yeah.
Being able to blow my Pernicious Deeds for 0 to kill Delver.
So you're not a fan of that rules change?
No, I'm actually not.
Just because of Pernicious Deed?
Yeah, I play Pernicious Deed quite a bit in Legacy, so I was not pleased.
I don't blame you. But yeah, at least your Flip Pump Master can't get decayed anymore.
Yeah, well, I was okay with that.
All right, so
Michael gonna be on the play here.
Yeah, because we're not playing 8-rack here in Modern.
Yeah. I suppose you're right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Or Manaless Dredge in Legacy.
All right. I suppose you're right.
Ooh.
Ooh, what do we see here? Spire Bluff. All right, I know that card fairly well. Attune. Is that like a triple Attune hand by Jake?
I did not catch it.
So, do you ever shave Attunes in the deck?
No.
Just keep all 4?
I've always kept all 4. I don't think I've ever shaved an Attune.
Really?
Just because you run such a light land count of 22 and it's a mana-hungry deck, you're essentially cutting a land.
All right.
As well as something that assists with your creatures. I don't think it was a triplet. Maybe it was a triple Attune, but he definitely has a Bristling Hydra in his hand.
I might have confused. Some of the cards look the same from my point of view, honestly.
So he's going to play turn 2 Servant here.
Which seems fine.
Yep. And unless Michael has an answer here, he's going to play turn 3 Bristling Hydra, and Michael's going to have a really hard time dealing with that.
All right.
So
this might do something.
So Michael shortcutting a little bit here. He played Feared Visions, drew at the end of his turn. And yeah, that if by do something you mean it's going to deal Jake a little bit of damage, but Jake's also going to be drawing, gas.
Yes.
And he can play multiple spells a turn.
All right, we see a flip card here by Michael. I think it's the Homunculus Mana Dork. Yeah, and basically a Mana Dork for instant sorceries. And then hopefully, let's assume Michael did bring in the hours. I think he's just trying to draw into that.
Yeah, I think, like I said, he's taking a control role. He's trying to fill up Jake's hand and being able to answer his threats, but Bristling Hydra is a threat that he is not able to answer.
Easily.
Really. Yeah. And Jake is just going to Harness Lightning this Homunculus.
Yep. All right. So...
And he's going to get in there for 6.
All right. Putting Michael here on a very fast clock.
Yep. And he has a negate in his hand as well.
For any shenanigans Michael may want to do during combat.
Uh-huh. And he's going to make it 7 damage, actually. It looks like he has a Crook of Condemnation in his hand.
All right.
As well as a negate.
I like the Crook here, just because of what Michael's trying to do.
Well, I do like the Crook, actually. But he's just going to sit there and hold up this negate. And even if Michael did have Hour of Devastation...
Yeah.
I don't think it matters. And honestly, he has 6 energy. It wouldn't matter if he had Hour of Devastation because he's able to just pump that Hydra twice and put it out of Hour of Devastation range.
Yeah, totally.
So, Michael's going to start by strategic planning here.
All right. I'm really curious what he's trying to find here.
Maybe Thing in the Ice.
Yeah, I don't think Thing in the Ice would do much on this board here.
It won't, but it's... blocks the Servant.
Oh, and negate on the
Jake's
strategic.
gonna aggressively negate that.
I like that because like he realizes he is ahead, so he's just like trying to stop Michael from trying to find any future answers.
Yeah, and really, he knows that Bristling Hydra is out of range of any sort of unless he gets double sweepered.
Yep.
He's not really worried about anything such as Hour of Devastation or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I do like that aggressive play right there. Like I said, Michael's still going to continue to draw cards, and the 2 damage from that Fever Visions is irrelevant as of right now.
I can see that because like it's just like allowing Jake to draw into a lot. Because I feel like overall Jake's cards are typically a lot better than Michael's.
Mm-hmm.
So since like his typical card quality's a lot higher, it's like more beneficial for him. Like the 2 life is regardless. It's just basically taking 2 from Bob every turn.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm totally okay with that if I'm getting good cards.
Yeah, Fever Vision's is one of those cards that unless you're playing a blue base control deck, it's really not going to do that much. Especially when your opponent is obviously the aggressor.
Yes.
So I feel like that's something I would want to board out in this matchup because of that right now. Jake's going to play as Chandra. I don't know if he's going to think about Censor or not. Obviously, we know that Michael does not have one.
Oh, a second Hydra I like.
Mm-hmm.
Because he can just end the game next... Well, he could end the game regardless next turn.
Yeah, I believe he is going to... I believe he's going to end this game next turn.
Yeah.
I don't foresee a world where Michael gets out of this.
I don't either. I mean, the only way I could see him getting out of it if he drew our 6 land and with the second activation on the Hydra to get it out of our devastation range, he's like shocked it. That's the only way I can see it.
Even then, Jake can allow the first trigger to resolve, the first activation to resolve, and then activate it again.
Yeah.
So it'll have hexproof.
Yeah, I mean that entire place is let's count on Jake misplaying.
Yeah, exactly. Which we know Jake, and he's not gonna misplay that sort of situation.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I believe you.
And Michael right here is trying to think of ways to get himself out of the situation.
Yeah, actually, Double Suns would do it. Double Suns would. It would clear the board literally.
Actually, it wouldn't.
That
Bristling Hydra there in the middle with a counter on it.
That's a 6.
Nah.
Oh yeah, he has 9. Okay, I didn't realize he had 10 energy. I thought he had.
Yeah. Just thought he had 6.
Yeah. I didn't see the 4 dice. All right. We'll try and get another match on for you guys. If not, we'll see you guys back in 33 minutes or so.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, see.